Good morning, children. How are you today, huh? You little bastards. Alright, how's the audio? How are we doing? I just gotta do that every day now. Just make it a fucking little checklist deal to do. Okay. I may as well fucking pull this band-aid off. Where's my control? There we are. Wah-wah. Still using the 8-bit OS N30. It's a nice little modern one. I mean, like, I don't really like that 8-bit went from making, like, old-style, controllers to just pumping out the fucking SNES with 2 thumbsticks, but, it's useful for this, and it makes a good, like, Switch controller for the PC. Okay. Huh, no manual. Oh, that's interesting. What do you want, dum-dum? You're covered in dirt. You're gonna hop up onto the fucking my bed. What? What the fuck's the matter with you? Alright, she's hiding under my bed for some reason. That's weird. I don't know what's going on with the cat. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Wait, how's the connection? Oh, look at that. That's good. It's getting worrying lately. I'm just gonna go check on what's freaking the cat out. The bird might be in the house. I'll be back in a second. Alright. Nothing. Cat was just freaked out by apparently nothing. God only knows. Fucking little oddity. Alright. Let's land this fucker. She'll do that though. She'll just go out like... My housemate's like fixing up the garden bed. And so, it's just nice... brushed soil. What do you want? Come on. And she's just covered in this layer of, like, suffocating particulate and bits. It's not quite dirt, but it's not quite big enough to just be, oh, look, there's a whole leaf. It's just bits. Kind of like the size of hundreds and thousands. So. Then she'll just roll in that and then hop up onto my bed. Amtex. Okay. Alright. Amtex and the lightsaber sound this time. Okay. Kind of pushing it there. The software is protected by US and international copyright laws and is licensed not sold. Reproduction and or distribution is strictly prohibited without written permission from the copyright holder. Wind table select. Let's just go.
Columbia, Houston, comm check. How do you read?
Alright. I don't understand.
I've got the roll channel now. Free flare next. Board's coming close. 300. Free flare. Okay. How about arming the gear if you would, please?
Well, I just challenged a bunch of people. They knew the risks. You know, you can't just dump me in a situation like that. You know. Here you go, buckaroo. Land this. None of the controls worked for starters. And, like, I feel... What... Predator 2 fucking rules. Alright, like... So, here's the thing. There's the Predator, right? You know, pretty badass. Who doesn't like a badass fucking Predator? And then there's the fucking title screen Predator. Where for some reason he has no arms. They're just the rail thinnest fucking things in the world. What the fuck is with that right arm of his? Yeah. I actually remember this one. It's not great, and that's a shame. It comes from this kind of weird, lost style of light gun game. Where, yeah, you fucking... It's like it is just constant bombardment. So, like, I think there's a way to move the little guy back and forward. There might not be. But, like, you just, you know, it's rather than, like, any level of thought or precision, it's just, like... Fucking... You know, it's just madness. Alright, fucking let's restart this fucking thing. Mouse and keyboard. Alright, no, I don't want fucking... Roland. There we go. Anglais. Good. Start. It just... You know, because he's got the right-sized head and kind of like the right-sized legs. And then his torso looks like just a bunch of cancer. And his arms are just terrible. And it's like, it's not like we're dealing with a situation where it's like, this is the ZX Spectrum, and it's just like, this is what we could do. You'd be like, okay, like, this is at least, like, baseline VGA. Like, you could have arms. I gotta fucking enter disc fucking 2. Why have I gotta enter disc 2? Do I have to enter disc 2? Can I skip disc 2? Na, 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 na. Alright. Okay, I don't think I need to. I think it was automatic. I thought there was gonna be, like, better music, better sound effects, you know, but it's just music. I thought it'd be like gun sounds. You know, I thought that might be fun for the fucking shooting game as gun sounds. Why is the host of Family Feud trying to get me? Like, I don't think that's fair. And, like, the other worst thing about this is it's making you fucking, like, you know, pick up ammo, which is kind of a fucking inconvenience. Yeah, look, there he is. Steve Harvey, that's it. I've got, like, steroid Steve Harveys attacking me on the streets. This is the dystopian future. You know, this is what happens when Steve Harvey can't afford, like, you know, fancy new duds. You take away his ability to fucking, you know, dress like a Batman villain, and suddenly he hits the streets and is just, like, ready to tear shit up. That's that fucking reporter. Okay, so that's a not shoot. Grandmas! They're producing counterfeit grandmas. Stop fucking loosing counterfeit grandmas. Fuck off, Steve Harvey. Oh, my energy's fucking low. What a... Like, I don't need this shit from counterfeit grandmas and Steve Harvey, alright? He's in town with a few days to kill. Don't let that fool you. This is an excellent movie. It's a really great follow-up to Predator. It's just like, it's exactly how this fucking series should be. It's an anthology concept. You know? You have little bits of, like, threaded stuff. But that's it. That's all you need. Alright, where are we? Fire pause. Yeah, that really is it. I thought maybe, like, if you could at least move your little guy around, you know? Like, dodge a bit. But instead you gotta, like, just deal with this wave after wave of shit. It's just like, move the fucking mouse around, you know? Like, I feel like with a little bit of, like, you know, I don't know what the fucking DOS version of a ROM hack is, but I think that would, like, tidy this up. I think that would make a fun game out of this. I still just can't get past, like, just ripped Steve Harvey coming to fucking stab me in the throat. I don't know what this is. The fuck's a Pref Club? Well, that's the divide error button. So. Okay. Well, that's the fucking not do anything button. Alright. Oh, we're onto something here. Uh-huh. Alright. Ah. Okay. Where are we? Ah, great. Now I'm gonna have to stick my dick in. I mean, they've got me curious. Alright. That's your favorite snack. Pepperoni. Okay. My milk money. And my milk. Okay. If this just turns into, like, a fucking, like, card game, I'm gonna be disappointed. It probably will. Yeah, I'm curious about the top 3 members now. Alright. Nose the second. Well, they got that right. Joggerpunk. Goldie. Tootsie. Auntie. Susie. Buster. Mr. Hero. Kid the Trickster. Dr. Simpleton. I like that. Dr. Simpleton's funny. What am I doing here? I mean, if I'm gonna beat someone at something, you know, it's a card game. Susie seems like fun. Alright, so she's bisexual. That's good to know. 10. Point price. I don't know. 10? How about 10 again? Okay, fucking, 100. Alright. I'm gonna get like a kidney stolen here, aren't I? Oh, what the fuck? Right. Yeah, it's just cards. I mean, like, look, credit where it's due, that's a fun way to get into a card game, but then the problem is I'm in a card game. Fucking jerking me around. There was like a caveman period in games, you know? Chuck Rock, Bonk, Caveman Ninja. Budget price! Fucking love it. Now you want to go out now, do you, you half-wit? Fucking nitwit. Okay. Okay. I'm off to get food. That's understandable. You know, that's... Is that a drawing down the bottom right there, or like a photo? I really hope they dressed a guy up like a caveman for this. Some of the... I vaguely remember DOS games going for pretty cheap. They weren't like the console titles here, you know? What was that? Titus. Alright, that's not a caveman, that's just a Greek tradie. I can see how you'd get confused. Oh, I found the pause button. Okay. I think the fucking... Yeah, I think that means I'm hurt. I just don't know how to make, like, characters bump into each other. It's like, ugh. You know, if the characters, like, that little... the fucking thing where he powers up like a Super Saiyan is... That's the game indicating you're being damaged. And then but you don't touch anything. There's no bump. There's no... You know, it's such a... It's a horrible way to play a game where you're just not really interacting with anything. Fingers crossed for Prehistorik too. It's ciao, Portuguesa. Okay. Come, brado, oh, Prehistorik. Was this like only released in Portugal? Or Brazil? Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's always leopard skin. You know, it's just one of those... Someone just fucking... he's gonna wear a thing with spots, and... That's it. You know, credit where it's due. That being a little... Alright, please for the love of God have some basic hit detection. Alright, that's like the stage. Alright, I got jump. I got bonk. Ah, I have down bonk now. And up bonk. Ah, fuck yeah, look at us. I mean, I'm guessing we still don't have hit detection, but it's at least tidier. You know, like the sensation of actually interacting with this fucking... Can I just like fucking keep bonking my way into the sky? Alright, no. Don't know what happened there then. Ow. I mean, that's better. That is definitely better. And I'm amused by him shouting, why? I mean, you know. What's that mean? Okay, down goes in, because up is jump. See, now this is better. This is like a game of Prehistorik that, you know, you're not embarrassed to have... Oh, fuck you. Yeah, eat shit. Ah, it's the spikes from Prehistorik 1. Remember that? Ah, fuck you. Huffin' and puffin'. You bucket of cocks. Oh, you're back. What? Yeah, just sit on the rug. You like the rug. You've enjoyed the existence of the rug. Smear my pap. Most comprehensive, ooh, and sophisticated. Oh boy. More numbers. The key to success lies with both player and financial management. You should ensure that those vital ground improvements are made in... Imagine advertising a game based around having to maintain turf. You know? Like that, this is fun for a strain of human. I feel like we need to have these people play these games in like an MRI, so we can see what the brain's up to while this is happening, and then have a normal person play a fun video game in an MRI, because I feel like these are happening in different parts of the brain. You know, I just feel like this is the only way to understand this. Yeah, I vaguely I know that like DOS was very different to the fucking you know, consoles and the way it, like, did shit, which is why getting stuff to scroll and be, like, remotely fun was, you know, a challenge initially. Type the number in window 45. Is it 45? Well, it wasn't any of those. You know, like scrolling, like, sprites. Where do you go? Hang open the bed. Alright, look. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's time to put, like, fucking shit on my bed. I forgot about that. So put shit on my bed hour. Okay, let's try that. Which one of these has the fucking crack in it? Oh, that's not a number, Gabriel. Alright, won't be this either. Well, you know, that's good. That's fair. I'll meet you halfway with that Premiere Manager. Let's not play you. Let's fucking consign you to the trash heap of history. Now you control the bullies. Graphical ground improvements with 64 individual sponsors. I'm so fascinated. Like, I wonder what the first one was. You know, I'm sort of... Ooh, there's a manual. When Premiere Manager was released last year, it proved to be an instant success with established fans of management simulations because of its attention to detail and realism, while newcomers to the genre applauded its playability. No doubt about it, Premiere Manager was easy to get into, and the range of choices meant you could make it as easy or as complex as you wanted. I mean, I do love when these get to the point where it's like, fuck new players. We have an established fucking audience of lunatics, and there's just no point trying to get normal people to enjoy this. So weird we get. PC graphics. Alright. Okay. Power. Okay, does one of these take me to the game? You know, that's the fun thing I find with this is, okay. Oh, holy shit, this is the game.
Oh, LOL, we're laughing out loud.
I mean, realistically, any of these manager games needs to have that shit in it. It needs to have, like, you know, team barred from attending a tournament because your racist fans did something insane. Right? European transfer market. You know, at least the weird German automotive manufacturing sim let me shoot myself in the head. You gotta respect that. It also had a titty drawer, you know? Alright, like... Gremlin Realms of Fantasy is... I mean, if this is a fantasy, this is heartbreaking. Oh, hell yeah. Let's look at the faces of the people who you get to... Oh, holy shit, look at that. Kitty Fiddler, Kitty Fiddler, Kitty Fiddler, Fiddler Face. Definitely Fiddler Face. That's just Jim Cornette. I don't know what he's doing in here. Now, if we got that guy to sit really still, we could, like, use a projector on his head. This sounds like Streets of Rage music, you know? It's like meeting alien life. This is my Solaris.
You fucking
fucking baby raper! Now includes... Wow. The 1995 to 1996 season league structure. 3 modes of in-match animation to help you determine strengths and weaknesses of your team. I don't want to, but I gotta. He shoots, like, he shoots up at McDonald's and everyone hates him, but then, you know, his manifesto explains it's because nobody ever fixed a McFlurry machine, and then everyone's like, fix a McFlurry machine, you know. Hell yeah. I get to, like... it's movie screen forehead. I mean, look at that white clarity. You could really, like, you know, that's... You could put a 4K one against that. I mean, this is the face of someone who's busted in one of those TikTok meet a 13-year-old girl stings. You know, one of those ones that they really just shouldn't be doing. It's a fax machine, isn't it? Yep. Like, if you're into, like, the fucking management sims, I bet this bit's annoying. You know, I bet they're like, oh, this is just the unskippable cutscene. I gotta, like, not be looking at spreadsheets and now have to watch little guys play soccer. That's not why I play soccer management sims. Yep, of course it is. It's getting to the point where I want to be like a full-tilt global dictator, just so I can ban soccer for a full year. There'll be Ed 209s everywhere. You so much as fucking think this, I'm blowing you to hell. This will be the harshest. I will crack down on this harder than I'll crack down on anything else. I just want to see what happens. Good luck. Noises. All. Will I now? Yeah, eat shit. I want Super League to have, like, you know, guys with I-beams and shit, but it won't. I don't know what a Southampton is. Hatchet. Wait. Damn it. How do I go back? Oh my god. They animated his eyebrows. What's supposed to... Is something supposed to be happening here? Oh, fuck. Oh, holy shit. This is... Oh. You know what? This okay. The neck face man at the start, the jiggling at me, was not what I'd call amazing. All right, let's speed this up a little. Okay. Give team talk. I gotta see what this looks like. Go, jiggle face. He's just eyebrows and eyeballs looking around. He's just like a neck that kept growing. I don't think there's even an identifiable skull. There's kind of like a vestigial chin, which I believe was originally meant to be forehead. This is exciting for some people. This is fun. Oh, good lord. Oh god, it's an SSI fucking politics sim. Need to be put in rooms and studied, then monitored. Your opinion of game. I want to go back to Polish Streets of Rage, goddammit. That was fun. We were having fun then. Polish Streets of Rage. Graphics demo. Well, that I gotta see. Well, those are the graphics. Can't wait for the Digital Foundry episode on that.
You fucking baby raper!
The president's neck is missing. I mean, now that'd be something, you know? Like, just to kidnap a world leader and have him there asking, like, what you want and, you know, what terrorist group you belong to, what fucking, you know, freedom you want, what liberty for some oppressed people, what fucking deranged thing you want to institute. And you're just like, I just wanted to see if I could. I thought it'd be funny. But behind this outrageous kidnapping is an even more sinister plot. A plot so evil, so diabolical, that many who do solve this mystery may not dare comprehend its magnitude. It's a book. I don't want to create a profile. Oh boy, EGA. Ah, Christ. That's fair. You know what? That's fair. I don't. If I can't like fucking crack that code, I don't deserve to fucking figure out, you know, where the president is, or even really figure out whether I'm like, you know, abducting them or freeing. You know, because you can shoot the president from a distance, but you can't like imagine getting him. You know, you gotta get him. There's a challenge to that. You know, there's no like fucking teleportation gun. You know, I can't just like, oh yeah, I was happening from a distance, I got him. You know, you'd need like one of those big butterfly nets that like the fucking lunatic asylums in movies have. And maybe you had in real life, I'm not 100% sure. You know, I feel like they should give the cops some of those. Because look, you get that on you, you fucking, you know, you're kind of stuck. Well, that was easy. Let's just not... It probably is like Sophie's Choice. Oh god, okay. Come on. What time is it? Fuck. Such a weird game show. And then a guy figured it out, which is great. Alright. I'll be back in a second. This one I actually have to pay. This is where big money, no whammy comes from, for anyone who's unfamiliar. Unemployed ice cream truck driver. That's funny. Good for him, you know? Realized there was a pattern to it, realized... Like, fuck. I gotta watch that again, because I would have loved to have been... this is gonna be hard. I don't think I'm gonna be able to recognize the pattern here. McDonald. This is just difficult. This is difficult to look at. I don't know what the fuck it... Okay, I think it's numbers. Raisins. there's no time limit on this. This is what we're staring at for a while now. You will sign up to the Patreon. Like, imagine sitting there and thinking, like, oh yeah, it's this gibberish thing. Like, it wouldn't even occur to you that your shit could get, you know, figured out like that. Like, it wouldn't even pop into your head. Why would you? It's going too fast. It's not like, you know. And then some guy just comes along and is like, oh no, I figured this out. And then you slowly realize it's like, oh, that's, you know, maybe twice it's like luck. But then it's just, hey, wait a second. Because, like, there's a, you know, those shows have a budget, and there's, like, expectations you're not going to just be giving away prizes every 30 seconds, you know? It's not like, just here, have some fucking money. Tandy? Alright, what? Floppy go. I don't think any of these graphics choices were better. Computer-operated policing network. The espionage crime of the century. You are the prime suspect. Okie dokie. I feel like this is gonna be bad, but the scale is just so fucking warped. You know, I've been sitting here dealing with Premiership fucking management games, which can all just burn. I mean, is campaign really the term you want to use here? Okay, eat all the pretzels. Ah, oh, fuck.
You fucking baby raper!
Oh god, the first edition. How many other photos did they take for the Price is Right Home Edition before they settled on that one? It was just a bit weird. That's right. It's finally your turn to guess the price of those fabulous prizes. And if you come closest without going over, you'll get a chance to go for the really big money. This terrific computer version is just like the exciting TV show. Color monitor recommended. You know what I mean? Like, she's looking at the big fucking wheel like Indiana Jones would look at some, you know, mysterious, ancient, still functional, complex trap. Who gives a shit about gaming news? You don't need gaming news. Stuff either comes out or it doesn't. Exist in the gaming now. Play this shit. Oh boy, I want more of that sound. They never let me be me. This is a terrible selection of humans. I don't know, 150? Ah. Okay. $500. Fuck me. Oh, I'm the winner. Yes. Oh, fucking just... I mean, it's just pointless. Like, you know, what good does it do you? Something either comes out or it doesn't. And then you can just choose to play it or not. Fucking... Where the fuck... Thank you. Jesus, wiped it. Women are stupid, and I don't respect them. IBM add compatibles. What? Alright. 1796. May. June. Arse. What, you don't like the month of Arse? Oh, it's gotta be a number. Alright. How many? What is this? Multiplayer Pride and Prejudice? Difficulty level Pride and Prejudice. Oh, Christ. This is Lady Autism. This is what this looks like. This poor woman, Miss Davis, was burdened with average equestrian ability. Hey, we got ourselves a beautiful moron. That's great. Man, this poor chick got fucked. Look at that. Doesn't even have high average wit or something. Like, not like, you know, not good to look at. Terrible dancer. Shitty at horses. That's a bummer. Alright, they keep making hot morons. That's very funny. But at least this one's good at riding horses. Do I accept these abilities? I don't like... What's this out of? 20? Fucking... Oh, you can... Let's pretty up the old face. It's Autism Gym, but not as we know it. Alright. This is what it was all for. This is what the misery was. This is the only good thing that'll happen to me today. This is the weirdly best port of Primal Rage. There is not a single functioning arcade port anywhere. Anyone telling you otherwise doesn't know what they're talking about. Every other port will sacrifice either frames of animation or sprite clarity, which is tragic because it's really well animated and has amazing fucking sprites. If it had a regular move input system as opposed to the stupid button holding thing, it would be a really, really, really good game. As it stands, the button hold thing is just not fun and not functional and annoying in every possible fucking sense. But this is the closest you will get to the arcade without having the arcade ROM and then asking a guy on Twitter who is the guy who fucking cracked and got Primal Rage 2 functional to please send you the blood cheat for MAME's cheats that he uses. And even then, the floor still glitches a little bit, which is really fucking tragic. Now, one thing that the game will, go. Kind of struggle with is there are basically two control versions for this. There's one where it's like the traditional arcade controls, and then because old keyboards didn't let you hold more than like a couple of buttons at a time, there's a 2-button input system for some of them. I can't remember if I've changed this one at all. Probably not. And it's good old Talon. No, the Saturn isn't bad. We'll have a comparison after this because it's worthwhile. The Saturn's not bad, but the Saturn sacrifices some frames of animation, and as you can see, this is beautifully animated. So, I think we're probably dealing with a 2-button. I gotta remember what it is. It's like 1 and 2 or something. Everything is, yeah. Alright, I've got eat. Or it might be the 3-button actually. Alright, that's not doing anything. Alright, that's not doing anything. It's gonna drive me nuts. I mean, this is like, if it went, the move input thing kind of fucks it up from being like a really, really, really good fighting game. But it is like, this is great. Like, you have to accept this is great. There's just so much about this that rules. Alright, so I got the head stop. I think it is the 1-2 button system, but I can't, for the life of me, remember any of fucking Talon's moves with that. Oh, there we go. How did I get that? Okay. Just keep fucking getting. Because there's like one move list online for the fucking 1-2 system, which is just really funny. It's like a text file. I mean, there's probably a way to fix it. There's probably a way to get like the traditional arcade. Damn it! Come on. All right. And I get my phone and see if I can find the fucking move list, because you got to see the fatalities in this fucker. them. Because it is, like, it's... Like, the thing about the... So, there was a period where everyone was trying to come up with a different way of doing move inputs. Because people were like, well, we don't want to copy Street Fighter. And the thing about Street Fighter, and the thing about, like, the idea of copying, you know, design, you know, things is, sometimes these things are just better ideas. You know, this is, you know, a human has to touch a thing, that thing, like, there are dominoes involved here that kind of demand certain things. You know, it's why, I think, like, Weapon Lord was the only other game to fucking use this control system, and nobody uses it, and there's a reason for that. It's not, this isn't some brilliant idea that we just fucking have neglected or consigned to the trash heap of history. It's just bad. Yeah, that arcade version is broken. Like, there's uncracked encryption on it. And basically every arcade version that they even commercially released, every compilation, has a bunch of visual glitches, and sometimes the blood is gold. Like, a bunch of the blood sprites off of certain fucking hits is just gold. So it just looks like you're actually beating the piss out of these animals. And that's what I mean, like, and there is not a single functioning arcade fucking version of this. Believe me, I've checked. Unless that fucking, you know, Primal Rage 2 kid has managed to fucking actually crack it, which had to have happened in the last 6 months. Okay, no. That still looks like the multiple button one. Because all the FAQs... I gotta remember how to find it now. We'll leave that for another time. It drives me nuts, like, just get the fucking... Like, in every other sense, the fighting, you know, this is good fighting game design. It's... I ate one of the little guys. I used to fucking remember it, I just don't now. That's a shame. So, I mean, I want you to try and seal as much of this in your head as you can, because... This is weirdly one of those games that fucking got ported to everything back in the day. I played the SNES version a lot. So... You know, memorize the fucking beautiful animation here and wonderful sprite size. Because now we're going to go on a little bit of a tour. Okie dokie, picking a pokey. First stop, Sega Mega Drive. Well, the Gold Blood thing isn't a censorship thing. It's just the game's being run with, like, fucking... Again, there's just, it was encryption. There's weird encryption on it, and it's just... Someone at fucking Atari, I don't know, some mutant programmed this vicious encryption for this thing, and it's just never been cracked. And I don't know if anyone's ever fucking, you know... Yeah, no, the game is full of these wonderful little details that I fucking love. Let's see if I can, you know, up it to the 6. Now, you may notice some differences. Down here in Mega Drive Town. The Fart of Fury. Look at this home version. Boy, oh boy. So, interestingly, the Mega Drive keeps a lot of the animation. I'm sorry. Did you think there wasn't Primal Rage on the Game Boy? They used to just do this. It was like, we're going to port this to everything. Okay. Imagine being given the job. Imagine looking at, like, Primal Rage in the arcade. And then looking at... Then someone comes to you one day and goes, hey, guess what you're doing? You're going to port this to the Game Boy. I mean, honestly, so far, not horrible. If they could get the game to play, like, somewhere, you know. I mean, you know, the funny thing is, this is not the worst fighting game on fucking Game Boy. I think I've got, like, 2 attacks. I don't think, like, it just doesn't feel like I've got punch and kick. It just, I've got, like, just, I don't know, medium and hard or some shit. Stop fucking doing that, Sauron, you Diablo, you fucking cunt. Oh, that's interesting. You just roll straight into the second round. Oh. Oh, god damn it, I pushed the wrong button. Oh yeah, no, it'll be from the ground up. That's now in color. So hey, it's got that going for it. There's a Shrek fighting game on Game Boy? When did Shrek come out? That can't be right. That has to have been made later. I think this is basically the exact same game, but just color. One of Talon's moves is just the full tilt SPAC attack, which I do love. Why do I do that? That's the Game Gear version. Super Nintendo! Now this was a lot better than that's some solid fucking Blizzard art there. Look at that. Now that's a gorilla monkey god, you know? Oh, handheld Mega Drive. What was that, the Nomad? This was basically arcade quality as far as my child brain was concerned. It wasn't poorly received, it wasn't released. And there were some idiots fiddled with it. Okay, now, where's the 32X? Alright, we'll go to the 32X one first. And this is an example of, like, what, what you can do. Like, why I'm kind of bummed the 32X didn't get a little bit longer. Like, just maybe another year, you know? Yeah, there was a portable Mega Drive. I think it was called the Nomad, if memory serves. It was a Sega Nomad. You could just literally put a fucking, you know, you could just go and stick the whole Mega Drive cartridges in the bum of it. And I was like, there you go. Now remember how bad the fucking Mega Drive one was, right? Like, just shitful. Like, worse than the SNES. I mean, already fucking miles and away better experience. You know, better colors in the SNES. Bit of slowdown, but still, you know. Sounds not great. That's something. Where are we? Right. Now we'll check on the PlayStation. Primal Rage. Now this absolutely maintains the sprite size, and that's good. I like the little spinning up the disc thing that Launchbox does there. It's cute. But sprite size wasn't the only thing the game had going for it. Meow. I gotta make this my alarm sound. I would too. Like, I want this because this is a solvable problem. You know, either track the guy down and fucking get it fixed, or just pay someone to fucking crack it. Like, I don't believe we can't fucking solve this as a problem. You know.
I remember of yesterday back before the great ones ruled Earth, afore the darkness.
So the CD versions have a bunch of like little extra FMVs to, you know, validate being on a CD. They don't really add much. Tug. So the 32-bit CD systems aren't bad. Like, I will say that. They're not bad. But they do miss a few things that the DOS doesn't. You know, there's a little bit more clarity to the sprites, but there are also definitely missing frames of animation. And it stings a bit, you know. Also, the load times can be annoying. And as you can see, we've got the size, but there's a bit muddy in the colors there for Chaos, you know. Yeah, I got Primal Rage 2 on the cabinet outside. There's as much of it, like, it was just not finished, so there's as much of it to play as there is. But the kid who, you know, basically got it to work and created a custom MAME to do it did really impressive. It's hilarious to, like, yeah, like, there's load gaps for the death sounds and shit. It's, you know. It's funny, too, because they were like, you know, what if we made the fucking fighters human? And it's like... Not... I kind of get, like, the thing here. The Saturn version is broadly regarded as the better... like, depending on what personal taste elements, it's gonna either be the PlayStation or the Saturn version. Personally, I lean more toward the Saturn version for, like, in terms of home console versions of Primal Rage. But, yeah. Not allowed to skip Time Warner Interactive logo here. Yeah, some of the load times can't suck. I'm just recognizing my fucking controller. What the fuck's happening? Oh, wait, hang on. Uh-huh. Yeah, the Primal Rage 2 is a shame because it's a beautiful looking game.
I remember.
There we go. All right. I remember renting a Saturn back in probably 97, 98, give or take, and this. So, like, there's, like, you can see the clarity of the color there in, old Fart Monkey.
Asleep before the world we know. The cataclysm came, the god of hunger stirred. To live forever, Sauron must devour human flesh. His own food gone, he must defeat all of his enemies.
So they're the little fucking CD-ROM intros that are, you know, novel, but then loading. So as you can see, just look at these sprites, top quality. But it is missing some frames of animation. So like, you know, sacrifices were made. Sauron, stop fucking blocking everything, you ninja. Seriously, Sauron, fucking... Thank you, fuck. That's generally why the Saturn's regarded as the best of the consoles. Sprites are big and beautiful and clean. But I do feel like, you know, it is one of those things where the animations are beautiful. Let's not forget the Jaguar CD, even though we'd all like to. Oh wait, it's just a regular Jaguar. Where the fuck are you? Oh, that's right. For some reason it's coming in earlier. One of the last out the gate and still couldn't improve. Couldn't even have the best version of, you know, Primal Rage, which is sad. Probe. I probably don't have the fucking controls organized for this, actually. Intro's cool. All of that, it's on a disc, and it looks like the Mega Drive. Heartbreaking. I think that's about all of the Primal Rage ports, if memory serves. I don't think there are any others. It was just that late, mid-90s, you know, mid to late 90s burst. And that's why I want the arcade one cracked properly. But still, we always have good old fucking DOS Primal Rage. Look at it. Ah, monkey! Like, because they went to so much effort, you know? Like, they had these claymation fucking figures, and it looked really good. Again, the arcade game is it's a beautiful game, you know? It really is. Like, you know, I'll see the Jaguar brought up with, like, you know, failed console things in line with the 3DO, and I don't think that's fair to the 3DO. The 3DO has games on it that are actually worth playing. And granted, some of them are like, you know, some unusual genres from the age, but still, they're good examples of those genres, you know, that actually used things that the 3DO had going for it to great effect. There is next to nothing worthwhile, like, I mean, very much, like, the Atari Jaguar version of Flashback is my personal favorite because it's strong enough to not drop frames for Flashback, but doesn't use the CD cutscenes. So it uses the actual FX cutscenes. And the end result is it looks better. And it looks like it plays so much faster than any other console version of Flashback. And so you get the best of both worlds for me. That's really it. It is a fucking shitful system with one of the most fucking miserable goddamn libraries you can imagine. The fact that it got a CD attachment at all is just baffling. Everything about it is just such a fascinating system of bad ideas. Like, they wanted the control pad with its stupid fucking number thing and the little inserts and shit, like, that wouldn't have even been such a bad idea if it had more than 3 fucking face buttons. You know, they wanted to have fighting games on this fucking thing. They were like, fighting games are popular, what if we had a lot of fighting games? Not a bad idea, actually, you know? It was one of the great reasons to get a Dreamcast, was if you were into, like, fucking fighting games, Dreamcast is one of the best fighting game fucking libraries you can get. And then it has 3 face buttons. And so you can't play anything. You could maybe you could play Virtua Fighter if they had a port of that and could run it, which they can't. Well, there's no Primal Rage on the Virtual Boy because it's the Virtual Boy. Someone did, however, make a fucking, of all things, where is it? Was it down here? There we are. Recently, actually, a fucking Street Fighter for Virtual Boy, which is deeply baffling. It's in something weird though. Hyper fighting, that's it. And every move is in hyper fighting except the spinning pile driver, and that upsets me profoundly. But as you can see, there's just not an awful lot that is going on the Virtual Boy. I mean, one thing I would love to see a translation, though, is the fucking Shadow of Innsmouth dungeon crawler for it. I can play this with my fucking 3D glasses, actually. And it does work, and it's kind of novel. And then you go, ah, and that's it. It is legitimately one of the worst fucking consoles ever. Like, you know, faintly passable versions of the fucking Laserdisc games. This. That. Here's the funny thing about games like World Tour Racing. It was a piece of shit on the original console. The guy that in the throes of his fucking cancer managed to produce, like, the fucking Jaguar emulator that finally, you know, made the games playable, has also released all these things that actually improve the games. So, like, the internal clock of the Jaguar just wasn't fast enough to run half this shit. So he fucking, you know, added all these tweaks that speed the games up without fucking up the frame rate. So it's only now that you can actually play games like World Tour Racing in any approximation of what they were supposed to fucking be. You know? Otherwise, I mean, look at this. You know, look at this is all the Jaguar CD games too. I want to stress that. This isn't just a selection. This is literally the whole fucking library. Same as here. This is every Jaguar game. Just, you know, games you can play elsewhere just as well or better, and then things like Kasumi Ninja. You know, like couldn't even do a Mortal Kombat clone. You have any idea how dumb you gotta be to not manage a Mortal Kombat clone? Like that's miracle dumb. That's like you fucking. Just the honest worst. You know, well, I mean, this is the Highlander game. It tries to have complex combat. I did play it on one of the fucking Friday night streams or something once, and it is very honestly one of the worst fucking games I've ever played. Like, it has these, like, actual Saturday morning cartoon show fucking things, though, which is what drew me to it. Like, I was like, oh, that's really cool. How bad could the actual gameplay be, I think? But, like, okay, so, like, these guys will swarm you, and you turn, like a tank at a rate of knots. And all the attacks are melee, right? And you're like, alright, how hard can this? It is terrible. Every attack takes fucking forever. You have to hold the button down to do, like, one of your fucking punches or spin kicks or some shit. Otherwise, it just stops midway. So you're sitting there in the game holding, like, B and up to get, like, a kick. And he goes, completely unresponsive. Doing anything in it is just a nightmarish chore. Worst fucking console.
Are you ever scared?
Never.
Not even of the hunters of Horton?
Why should I be?
What was that fucking moondog he had? I don't remember there being moondogs in fucking Highland. Was that set on Earth? At least before the fucking sequel. Oh, they just make shit into Saturday morning cartoons like mad back then. Like, again, RoboCop. That's an R-rated action film. And I mean, granted, like, alright, RoboCop, it does feel like a Saturday morning cartoon. But still, it's an R-rated action movie. You know, the same as Toxic Crusader. You know, because it was Toxic Avenger and the cartoon was Toxic Crusaders. And it's like, what part of sitting through the Troma movie did you think, say, you know what? Saturday morning Mortal Kombat is funny though, just because like they were flipping out about kids seeing the fucking you know 5 blood sprites that fly out of your character when they get an uppercut. Chud, I don't think would make a good Saturday morning cartoon show. Chud 2, Bud the Chud. I'm almost surprised that didn't become a Saturday morning cartoon show. Yeah, the RoboCop live-action series. That has a series of telemovies called the Prime Directive series that were allowed to actually have violence in them, which is sort of an important part, you know. And, like, apparently they have qualities, but not, you know. I mean, look, you're never going to compare, like, RoboCop and RoboCop 2. Those are fantastic. Yeah, the Mortal Kombat TV show, like, that's another one of those ones where if it just had the violence, it would be fun, you know? Like, if every episode ended with, like, a fatality or something, but it's just, like, it had the level, it had, like, less blood and gore than, like, an episode of Buffy. You know, it was made in that 90s pocket where it's just, like, we're not allowed to show any level of, like, actual gore or anything. And so, you know, what are we doing here? Like, you'd have been better off making that a Street Fighter fucking, TV. A 90s Street Fighter fucking hour-long fiction TV show. That'd have made a bit more sense. Yeah, Little Shop of Horrors. You know what? I bet it was really cheap to get the licenses for these things for like Saturday morning cartoon shows. Because like, why would you do it? You know. The Action Man. My cousin watched like all of that Action Man show, and was big into Action Man, and because it had this mystery, like there was a central mystery to the Action Man show that was actually building to fucking resolving. And he fucked up setting his VCR to tape the last episode and just didn't see it. And that drove him nuts for years. Like, bear in mind, this was a kids show in like fucking, around the late 90s, 2000s that actually had like a point and it was going somewhere and was revealing like the central fucking mystery it was built around. Which was a fucking miracle, and fucking missed it. Oh, that was funny. I do wish Rick Moranis would do some shit. Like, I don't know if he doesn't want to act, or at least do some comedy, Like, alright, you're retired, you're done, that's fine, but... I can only ever hear Captain N-Word, the game streamer. Just, you know what fucks me up about that show? Fucking Mega Man's voice. Like, he just sounds like a goblin, and I don't know why. Like, that was that, like, that weird Western idea of Mega Man, that he's like a fat kid in a suit. It's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Don't do that. I enjoyed Mask. I liked Mask and I liked Centurions. Mask was probably a little better. I mean, the theme is great. And it's just like, it's such a simple idea. It's like, yeah, you open the fucking gull wings of your car and it can fly. That's just science. Physics, I believe, is the branch to deal specifically with that. I have seen some stuff of like third-party toy companies doing like, like masterpiece-style versions of some of the Mask toys, but I haven't really followed up much on it. I do hope they get that, though. Because, like, it does, like, a lot of these things lend themselves to, like, at least one decent run of toys. That's why I have my Transformers. My little friends. Like, I transformed Reflector again yesterday, and fuck, I enjoy it. Right, yeah, look at these three little buggers. Now they're a camera. There's, like, I haven't got the batteries for them, but you can put batteries in and it does stuff. Like, if you push the fucking little, button, it actually makes a camera noise, and there's a light in the fucking front and shit. But that, accuracy, that is, like, borderline dead on. Like, that is about as close as it gets in terms of things. Like, I've seen people complain online that this is the Keith's Fantasy Club one, the KFC. I've seen people complain online that it, like, droops, but, like, I don't have that problem, If you transform it properly and actually click it together, it doesn't droop, so, Absolutely. Absolutely solid little one there. I know all the little guys that make up Reflector have their own names, but I always forget them. There's, like, Prism and, Kodiak or some shit. Dino Riders, Dino Sources. The Dino Riders toys were pretty rad. There was a kid on my street with a bunch of Dino Riders toys. It was like, that's a big fucking dinosaur toy. That's pretty good. It has missiles on it and shit. I think that might actually be one of the licensed ones that looks like the real, like, a modern camera. I do love the Reflector, though. Like, it looks like it's such a solid job of looking like one of those big old box cameras with the fucking flash. And it looks just like the fucking art. This one looks just like the fucking cartoon. which is, you know, a big deal for me because I'm 41 years old. Alright, well, that's an extra fucking big long pile of us talking about Primal Rage and, you know, the quality of modern toys. Do look into them. If you've not, there's probably some decent toy version of whatever it was we were really into. Because the toy situation's in a good spot at the moment, you know. Jada Toys continues to really impress. They've revealed the, you know, rest of their fucking Street Fighter lineup, and they all look fantastic. Their Mega Man toys are fantastic and very tempting. You know, and like they're so affordable. You know, these things. You know, I got the Street Fighters for like $40 a piece. You know, like I think Reflector was cheap, but even he was like $150. You know, some of these, man, some of these are fucking pricey. Like, whoo! I think my fucking Astro Train was like $300 because I stupidly bought it before it got reissued and before there was a knockoff of it. But oh well, you know, it is a very good figure. Yeah, Dino Riders. Dinosaurs were like dinosaurs with like brains that were like human size and human, like anthropomorphic dinosaurs. Dino Riders was like what if dinosaurs were like around and we fucking just put like rockets on them and shit and rode them into battle. I should be okay. The shelving is fine, and there's only like I'm not, you know, there's only so many I want to get. This isn't like that situation where I'm gonna get like I have 400 Optimus Primes. Like I don't want 400 Optimus Primes. I still have my version 1 fucking Magic Square Masterpiece Scale Optimus Prime. I haven't felt the need to upgrade it. You know, the second version was nice. The back was a little neater, but not so neat that it's just like I'm not gonna spend another $200 just to fucking, you know, make it look fucking 5 degrees nicer. TFC Photron. I'm kind of curious. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's one that... It's kind of like the modern version of Reflector, basically. Where it looks like, you know, a legitimate fucking camera. Yeah, I like all my stuff to look like my old man shit. I mean, that's a solid alt mode, though. I will say that. That is a very impressive alt mode. Alright. Well, this has been Trans Talk. Not to be confused with Amber's Transgender Issues telecast, Teletrans 1. I'll make that joke every time because it's fucking good. And I came up with that before she even transitioned. Alright. That's it for today. What is it, Wednesday? Alright, make sure you sign up for the Patreon, and you can join the Discords and get some early access stuff. Amber's busy this week, but then, you know, basically got every day free next week, so we should be able to start dogpiling up some fucking stuff and getting it back to a more normal release schedule. That's very funny, honestly. Like the idea of like the wife, the missus grabbing the transformer camera is just so great because it's like it's in disguise. Get it? You fell for it. Don't look at me like that. All right. Sign up for the shit and you can harass me. We'll do fucking whatever it is. Select games for subscriber Saturday so we can either, you know, have a brief look at some specific shit that won't otherwise come up in DOS. You know, modern things, obviously. I think we're looking at, what was it, 9 Souls? Which is actually really good, and I'd like to be playing it now, but I'm not, so... you know, and other things of that nature. So, you know, give me money, and until then, watch my show, or I'll bash your fucking kids.